for folks for missing wood. So my routine started now. So I just got for the gamer for Pirates of the Caribbean Tides of War. So coming soon about Unstrained Ties and Dead Metal Tales. So I believe it about the house spiders just as outside for to come from the rocks to the ground. So and my reason to have the explaining something that once and for all. So a lot of us the house, a lot of those spiders on the ground, they live in there. So they're walking the crawl over and inside there in the bathroom, beside the ground, on the backyards, on under the laundry, wet to dry, the bathroom, and then stairs, living rooms, kitchens, dining rooms, upstairs, one for all. That rooms and bathrooms are all the way upstairs. So I know this suggested to be like something you really most do. So every motion of spiders I have it, I just kill it the once and for all on the beside of a shower and the tub, the shower and tub. So we much every time they seen about the tri-guards told the tri-guard wanted the guys wants to walking the driving the campus on the neighborhood. So he talks about my brother did about bees, wasp, corner wasp, bugs, flies, all of the insects. The mini is supposed to do something, guys. So many of about the very excitement to you about you guys about below of those things. So just blow me up, guys. Anyone. So we are so jacked up all the time. So made a difference. Could be one, be safe. So it's one of the good things, guys. So there's a lot of trees out there could grow all the way towards down there just a little bit. So immediately, if the trees don't get burned by the sunrise at about 95 degrees outside of the temperatures, so it's gonna be cool on the nightfall. So the summer is over. Summer isn't over yet. So until then, about September on the Labor Day 2015. So so the BigBrudda was uploaded to do the first accident with the car because of what he did. So I haven't seen about his videos things about the reaction thing. So introducing my background to myself, I have to go back when my work in this about I was gonna have to introduce this and talk about the according to the videos things ever. So Tony says this is my tradition and according to tradition, guys. So hey mateys, this is Discovery Scouts of Pirates of the Caribbean film series here. Welcome out today. Today's the first day of August. On Friday is Friday, August 4th, 2017. Woo! Guys decided. So Mackenzie has the best friends. On sitting onto the pool. She was hot. She was take a lot of pictures, things very interesting. So she goes back to Eastern Washington, all the way for the Pullman, from the Central Washington, the Wazoo, and so much to be different, anybody. So I just came to the walk there, and it must be different, and so much to be amazing there ever. Woo! I was to take a lot of time. So many of them about a nice and many of them in a nice could be about really easier, guys. So very important. It's always very important about anyone about sometimes the very most is supposed to do, guys. So it's very important. Got a lot to do, interesting, guys. So ladies, so I kind of love Mackenzie Roten. She misses me about a long time. just about 9.5 months. So she can't hear me in about October 2016. So during the time to Zog on October 1st. So that was about the last 10 months. So see me a whole lot. So almost again in a nightfall, guys. So I probably didn't think about very interesting things about the once and for all. So I was trying to do my best. Tries to do it really best there's ever. He usually about it he could understand what he's saying. So I usually about the minimum times about it, guys. So I hope we think about it. We talked about really most important thing about those the first car accident on BigBrudda Jeffrey Whichway. So he was insane. One of the accidentally just paying attention while he's driving. One was has about influence and intoxicated and drugs, drunk, and lots of beers in the cars, and dangerous things that about while they're drinking and driving. So the reason somehow about Jeffrey was not drinking enough for the beer. So he's not a lot. So he's not allowed to drink a lot of beer. So very most interesting. So if you think I don't feel like most important thing. So if I have to be about watchful, very interesting. So I'm gonna have to watch this when I'm coming back on my house. So I just wanted to suggest what you know about my public area, public sexuals in my video sexual doing YouTube channels, and usually about really good things, a lot of things that about the lonely. So he was just saying, he was a guy that talked about Geico 50-minute Central Motor car insurance on the TV shows like BigBrudda does, or Farmer Insurance. So he could work on about worse things about a time about takes 50 years, and it takes older the ones that are quite yes. So we are farmers, and they have no idea about the moose just attack the truck and the trailers, and on those freak out for those kids and parents. So all this the bull moose just attacking the RV trailers while they're doing the camp vacations. So they call it the references on the moose attack. They're sending to the game warders while they're hunting the moose. So that's where he calls farm insurance. He's gonna be bad influence about the accident. He's got manslaughter. He was saying turnover. All he decides to see about explaining something about somehow happens. So you notice these things. So probably about the very most interesting. I kind of feel like about most experiences. However, so I don't know if that's what you want to. So I think it's my light over there under there. So it makes it cool, the mystical about to be almost at that night. Larger for about series. So we don't caught out about the strange things, guys. So I feel surprised really carefully almost at that night to feel that shit. So I gonna have to explain something, guys. So really most important, but I have to most think about it. So I was insane. I just wanted to hear and to help. Anyone that could be the most of the difference. No one can talk to the strangers. Nobody else to talk to those peoples like that. So strange people, stranger things, like Millie Bobby Brown watching other Stranger Things. So I was to have insurance. I was to have about farm insurance. So many of them about the flood over and about inside the car, inside the truck. There is the octopus all over into the seat, over around behind the seats. So it is just different from ones that they're about again, very most interesting. So how about explaining something about just a case? So to see monsters all around there, about see mammal things inside the truck. Excuse me. I was gonna hiccup. Huh. There we go. Very, very strange, guys. So I felt like very most of the things that are about very strange things. Like you know about it where it says believe you. I was suggested whether you know about if you believing about it very most things. So it's much to be finally for you guys. So don't get too strange. Very most interesting, and those are the for all. And about the reaction should be very something about moments of the gods. So however, for the God, something about really most important. So anytime. So sometimes I really am most glad to see you about the really guys. Really most of those things. So I was a half it allowed to do something. Really, I believe in you about very most important to go upstairs to the high knee running place in the living room here to work out here in my house. So I'll always do it in my high knee running a place. So like a passion for a profession says. So high knee running a place every day and 1 hour and 5 minutes. So always remember that about very interesting. If I need about remember this, so for once of the moments, what I think about very most descriptions about my contest today. So my following the interesting. So if they're not close enough to say yes, so so I don't have to really do this before. You don't need it to do this before. Boom. That's what it says that we're believing. Sure. I was to put it on my sunscreen in my arms and my hands and my neck. Takes 4 hours to believe in about 10 to 2. So permanently about 7 to 11. That should be allowed. They're asking me about something about most important. So that involves anyone. So I think about anyone that could be also sometimes really supposed to do. So I was gonna have to asking very something about the question about the first car accident, about those videos on YouTube channel. So Jeffrey was a good friend out there. So he was to be booted. He was acting like it was unstupid. It was so many of kind, many cautious, many harassing, many sad, indifferent for once. So I came in a whole lot thing. So that's better than the whole lot good thing. So I would say have to say very most surprised to seeing about hearing the help. So I know such things. So this is walking straight to the avenue for Southeast 27 Avenue Southeast. That's where she lives, to Andre, and she moves around and about college volleyball Bulldogs. Go Bulldogs, go Andre. So she has the right, the great choice. So I was figured that out. I was saying, go forward, go mind. I certainly have a quite yes. So I just wanted to know about the most interesting. So don't get a lot about very strange things. So you know how to debate a lot of things about blow me up, guys. So it's gonna have to large those things. And I see the light over there. So that water should be right on the street a little bit. There's an orange light up there. So there's a trail up there. So there could be nothing able to do dark outside. So I'm gonna have to be extremely careful to be the most dangerous thing, like the predators and coming in the neighborhood from the forest. Will be damn thing. Am I predatory? Except that I know that the most is real. So I could all the way up there. I just wanted a hearing for helping. Take a lots of breath as many as I can. So but I do have much to really do about the real things. So lots of darkness outside in the night, the forest, like the bushes, the properties. They're kind of beautiful. I see the moon. The moon rises straight into the night for the sky. It comes to the full every day and night until the 2 more months of October. Who means two? Means great workout, great machines, and take a lot of those breaks. So 20 and 28 days later. So if you do have the must-be workout machines, I figure it out. I was sure and did. So I could have wasn't exactly what I have supposed to do something, guys. So you two have one of the most amazing great things ever. So I know it's not. I know it's a great different. Many of you. So it's kind of about the reaction things about it, just in case the guys. So really most of the testing to do. So what I'm doing on my body is. So I was a great disappointment for you, for anyone. So for anybody, go have for someone else to do. So if might in the mystical monsters inside of the forest, so we can't go into the darkness. So it's kind of about the really most dangerous things. So forever to take a lot of my friend thing. My friends did. My family, my brother or sister was freaking out. Was doing it. Her best friend was enabled to vacuum with the spiders. So I have to try to kill it with my shoe is. So I was not disappointed for her reason for her, reason for mine, for reason to freak. I almost freak out. She's not good. She's not good. She was freaking out. She didn't like her sister. She didn't like it about the spiders thing. Living in the rocks and grounds and the walls under there. Seemed like a hell. All my requirement, guys. So all you're gonna do is feel the most important things, guys. So I know such things, guys. I know really most important, but it has to be to learn about the meaning of time. Are usually those things. I sure what we did a lot of good things. So but I think it has Laura Gerolium. Her last name is Gerolium. Laura's last name. Laura said about the best. She was a good friend, so she was been there about long ago. Always we could. But I have to really think and understanding what you have to quote Q&A about Marx to do something. I learn about it any time about the beat difference over once and for all. So I have a good about the question about 28th Street Southeast. So I think that's a good with this. So I'm not supposed to do the bike in the night. So I do bike a lot. So I do run most interesting. So I love Kuan. I love Kuan. I love Kuan. Sun's always seduced about night, almost afternoons, after day, after day, after day. Sometimes it has to do to figure out. Just like you says, we believe you must have good and interesting. I love the songs. I love the songs. I love the songs. I love the song. I didn't like it walking the night. I love the songs. I love the songs. I wish I walking doing the exercise routine. I was figuring out I wasn't gonna have to save here for surprising things. I love Mackenzie Bolton. I should believe her best friend. I should believe her my best friend. She's my best friend too. She loves her hot the good at sitting on the pool, on the swim and have a good time. I sure have the 120 days later from now on every year. I sure would now I have a ghost about and against it about and against my friend that asking knows about this stuff. Doo-da, doo-da. The forest not supposed to be here and the person in my head. The reasons could be in my head. The trees and bushes and beside my head. On my mission, the beast behind my bite to stun on me for no reason. And the reasons can have to stun me. I should have to stun. I should not pass out. I should have very most been sure very very careful. I should have the most gonna figure out. You have to hit the sassy you from my yourselves. I was gonna have to really the most believing thing. Hee ah 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 hee ah. I have to really most go back in my house. I have to really most interesting about the same time. And he has the really most good thing about the interesting about you guys. Do da do ha do da do da do da do da do da do da. Woo! Yeah, it has the really most good interesting. I love the things about the good interesting. I love it feel free. I love it feel free. I love it cool on a night. I thinking about the most experiences and whatever can take a mic to do da. I love the songs. I love the songs. I like the swings. I love the things. I love the cool one and the water goes on and they turn it into greener on the grass. It has to turn on the grass from the yellow. It thinks about the good interesting things about you guys. It's supposed to do the singing out about the good interesting. I love the song. I love the song. The good interesting. And my best friend good things I ever feel about it. She makes me so much she feeling messed up with good things about it, interesting things about it. I love those things. It has to do with the authority and the authority about society, the security, about the reaction to my sidewalks, to the trails. I love the those the interesting. I've lost those very much, very moment thing. Walking Gangnam style has to really momentarily. I love the walking Gangnam style as the moments thing. I love walking in the cool afternoon on the waters on the grass. Waters on the grass for the interesting my backyards. And it has to do the most interesting, the good that they are. Buddha, 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 Buddha. I love the songs. I love to sing along the song. I love sing along song. I love sing along song. I love sing along song. I love to sing along song. Woo! I am very most perfect in minis. So I love those things about exercising, about the time, about it makes it different, and I feel I have to learn to sing along song while I'm walking too. So middies do exercising about the most in the moments about the routines. So it has to do to really make sure to be careful. So almost neither there, damn thing. Damn at night. I fucking walking. Fuck walking at night. So feeling most of the interests, guys. So thank you so much for coming in, guys. It was so good to see you about 3 more days ago. Sorry about that and what happened there, guys. So I guess I have the line on thing. I don't want to hear my neighbors to see me. This is a cat. It's a cat laying down. Sorry. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for coming in, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to more content. So follow on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Google, Find Cameras, Twitch, streaming, and Patreon, gaming channels, study stores, Cock Story Talk, Tom Allow, and Hangouts on links in the descriptions. YouTubers, actor, the director, and the fan sign according to my friends and people, and children's, men and women's. So friends, cousins, and families, my new friends. I love you guys. Feel free to death. It is so much so good to see you guys. I love you guys. Feel free to death. Don't forget. So keep it rigid, mateys.